Hi Nathan.
How you doing, John?
I'm all right, mate. We're back again.
We are back again.
More chat.
More chat.
What I was going to ask you, on our site we've got plumbers and heating engineers, and there's a lot of crossover between the two. And I just wanted to get your take on like what the difference is between those two trades.
Yeah, there is a difference to heating engineers. So with a heating engineer, you've got your different fuel types. So you might have a heating engineer that will work with oil, work with gas, both.
And oil is when you have like a tank in your garden or something, or in your house, and a truck comes and like fills it up with oil.
Yeah, and it's kind of off-grid. So
because it's off, it's off-grid.
I like it because of that reason. And then you can actually categorise heating engineers a little bit. And we have got an issue with training in this country. People can actually become gas safe and off-check very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Now, that can mean two things as well. Some people that do take that route.
And Gas Safe is the national register of people who are safe to work with gas. That's the aim of it.
Well, you've said a word there, safe. And this is where this whole training thing comes into, because people can get gas safe very quickly with some quick training. There's some great heating engineers out there that are very, very good. Some are very good at servicing and breakdowns. Some are very good at installing, a bit of a difference.
Yeah.
Some are very good at all of that. And then plumbing, if you want to do plumbing really, really well, you have to know the regulations. So it's a crossover. Plumbing is involved in all of it. And so heating engineers that have trained that way will do some plumbing as well. And maybe just need to know a few more regulations.
So am I right in thinking that the plumbing is like the pipe work?
Yeah, yeah, so it all incorporates
the heating
plumbing.
Engineer is more focused on the equipment, i.e. a boiler.
A boiler, yeah, yeah. And obviously, yeah, heating engineers tend to train to do that. And there is a bit of a crossover. It all incorporates plumbing.
And plumbing is basically the water supply into your...
Getting water to you and then getting water away. And actually getting water away is one of the most fundamental... Sanitation is one of the most fundamental things that is vital to humanity. It really, really is. I think the World Health Organization say it's at the top, in parallel with sort of doctors and nurses. As my old lecturer used to say, plumbers prevent more disease than doctors have ever cured. That's to do with sanitation. And we actually...
Can you back that up?
Yeah. Welcome to our show about servicing gas boilers. And I'm joined by Jen, Paul and Ian, industry experts in their area. Paul, can you start us off? When a consumer or a house owner has a gas service, what's one of the first things they should be looking for?
Well, the first thing that's really most important, they actually check their gas safe card of the engineer that comes into his or her house, because this actually proves they've registered and done the right courses, and also they must sort of check on the back that it's actually in date. That's imperative, yeah.
I'm hearing a lot lately about there's a difference between a service and a safety check. What can you tell me about that?
The main difference between a safety check and a service is that a safety check is just checking the analyzer readings on the boiler. It's not actually being serviced to manufacturer's instructions. So obviously every boiler needs to be serviced every 12 months, but obviously with the service check, it's just literally an analyzer reading, walking in and walking out.
With a service, you'll be checking for wear and tear on components, aren't you? You're checking to see if things are, not wear and tearing, burner seals are correctly, and that's where you pay the extra money for the service on top of that.
So that would take longer, Ian, would it, a proper service?
It will definitely take longer, yeah. A safety check, you can really come in, sort of do your fluid gas analyzer, make sure that it's burning and it's actually okay. But if you're looking to maintain a warranty on the boiler and have that appliance actually work for longer and last longer, be more efficient for your money, you need to actually have it properly serviced. You're taking the case off, making sure there's no water leaks, condense traps are cleaned. There's a lot that you can look, and that goes well beyond what you call a safety check.
So that sounds quite involved. So how would the homeowner know that's being carried out?
Well, the first thing in the telltale sign they know it's been carried out is that the actual case is removed from the appliance. So if they don't see the case on the kitchen side or on the floor, they know they haven't been done. That's a real telltale sign. So
you have to take that, to service a boiler, you have to take that case off?
Yes.
To do a safety check, you don't have to take that case off?
Correct.
And are people getting proper services then, or are they just getting safety checks?
Mainly safety checks, especially in social housing.
A lot of this can be price sensitive, yeah, and people ringing up for price for a service think, well, I can't actually do it for that. People will cut corners. It's appliance you use every single day, 365 days a year. Why wouldn't you look after it?
I mean, I have a situation where, you go to someone's house to do the servicing, and you're there for, say, an hour. And then that customer says to you, why is it taking so long? The last guy was here for 5 minutes.
Really?
And you say, well, it's because I'm actually checking everything, making sure that it's working properly, and it's, you know, safe and correct, and it's going to last longer.
It's all about consumer education, isn't it? Yeah. I think as an industry, we've been very bad at actually communicating to the people who we work for, and they don't actually understand because really nobody's ever told them why they got to have it serviced. I mean, you see it sometimes you go past people's houses, they've got ivy growing in the flues, and you think, well, that's never been checked or serviced, is it?
It's just like your car. You can have an MOT or you can have a service.
Are all boiler manufacturers different with their services, or is it relatively the same?
They vary quite a lot.
Yeah.
They've all got their own procedures. So this is where it sort of steps into the realms of, like, actually as an installer that cares, going on training courses so that we can learn, because different appliances, you know, they've all got different tips and tricks and ways of high and low and things like that.
That's why it's imperative, really, you know the age of the appliance. So the servicing costs can change to the age of the appliance.
A bit like a car.
A bit like a car, exactly. And obviously that's the real hard thing, because us as engineers, we walk in, we don't know the age of that appliance.
Ian, I've heard of something called benchmark. Can you tell us something about that, please?
Yeah, so when the boiler's installed, there's a form in the back of the book, in the installer's book, which the customer should keep and keep safe. But that gives you all the details of the boiler. And then obviously when it's serviced every year, there's a year-by-year section in there that you can then obviously fill in, and you can record details about what you've done. You know, if you take the time, you can fill in a bit more details. Some don't, some do, but that is your history. And then obviously some installers might leave you a certificate as well to say what they've done and test results and things like that.
And that's beneficial for the homeowner and I presume the environment, because if someone knows what's going on with that boiler year after year after year, they can maintain it in a better and a more efficient way, I presume.
Especially if there's a big change in the readings. Yeah, because we're having a problem at the moment with what I call it dirty gas, because we're buying gas from all over Europe and it's not the same as what we had. And there was problem areas in the country, we're getting dirt in the gas pipe, which now affects the readings and the burnings, and they're getting blocked. And you think, well, straight away, last year we was here, there's no problems. This year we're here, these readings are completely different. So straight away, you know, there's a huge problem if something's happened.
Ian, you're well known in the industry for flues. What is a flue?
So a flue is part of the appliance. What it does is it removes the products of combustion from the boiler. So it draws the air from outside, burns inside, mixes gas and air, and then it gets rid of the products to outside safely. But that is also part of the checks, the servicing. You know, if you've got a boiler in your kitchen, for example, and then the flue goes up, it goes into your loft space, and then it goes out through the roof, your engineer needs to be getting in the loft, checking the flue to make sure that it's safe, because it should be supported, screwed, depending on the manufacturer. But that's very important, because if that flue was to come apart in the loft, a joint would separate, you're going to get incomplete combustion. You're going to get the products of combustion mixing with the fresh air. It's going to come down, it's going to cause all sorts of problems, and then that's when you get sort of carbon monoxide problems.
Boilers are important. They keep people warm, so it's an important part of your home. Warranties, we keep hearing things about warranties, and warranties seem to have increased over the years. Is it important to have your boiler serviced to keep your warranty?
Well, obviously, of course it is, but what we're finding nowadays is that these manufacturers are often these very long warranties. So I think that most you can get now, I think it's a 12-year warranty. But obviously, what the homeowner gets sold this, I think it's great, I've got 12 years free protection. You're only going to get that protection if you had that appliance serviced every year. Because as soon as they say it hasn't been serviced, or you can't prove it's been serviced, that 5-year whatever warranty you got will be non and void.
And how do they prove that? They have to prove that with the benchmark? That has to be.
Well, you've got to prove that it's been serviced. So obviously, an invoice or the benchmark has been filled in the back of the instructions. But without that, some manufacturers won't guarantee the warranties.
That's an important point.
Very important.
Right, enough chatting. I've got a little task for you, a fun task. Do you want to come this way?
Okay.
Come on in, gang, come on in. What have they got to do, Nathan?
Well, these guys know what these are. These are Part 2 float valves, diaphragm brass float valves, and you've got to assemble it in the quickest time.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. 2 different techniques going on here. Which one will fare best?
I love it, he's doing all right, Briggs, he's doing all right. Now, Paul would have worked on big float valves in his day.
It's these little ones.
He likes big balls.
Oops.
He's floundering. Ooh, Ian's nearly there.
Done.
Crikey.
I can't ever sit down while Paul finishes.
I'm shaking.
Brilliant.
Hey, stop.
Well done.
Right.
If you get the scores up, John, I'll break these down with Ian. Ready
Brilliant.
for Jen
Two
and
more
I.
times for the board. Have Ian on 38.99. And what's the other time? 105.92. There we go. Okay. Two more scores. We've got a nice little spread going on. So, Nathan v Jen. Nathan's second go at this. Ready?
There we go.
Steady, go. Two similar techniques this time. Nathan's well practiced from last time. Whoa, this is fast.
No, cross-threaded when you need it.
Have you done it?
He's got it down.
Oh, I've lost it.
This is exactly what happened to me.
Yeah, it's that bit.
There's no shame in it.
Oh, no, it's
I
gone
didn't
now.
drop anything though. I
Where's
didn't
that
drop
gone?
anything. It might be over here. I'll get it. I'll get
Yeah,
it.
quick.
I'll get it. I'll get it. There you go.
I've lost it. Oh, it's all
it's a
falling
little
apart. Dodgy, look. I can't work with dodgy tools. That's dodgy. Jesus. Voila.
Yep.
And I've changed more than him.
You got 24.03,
No.
which is the new winner. But you know,
Second go.
it is your second go. And
Jen.
we've got a very generous, very generous
Dodgy.
153 because I stopped the timer for a bit. I mean, I'm pretty happy because last time I did it, I was here. So
Well, I'm going to invite Jen back onto other topics, another show, so she'll be
Okay,
able to have
so you'll get
go.
another go, Jen. 153.
Brilliant.
54.
So thank you for watching. I'd like to thank Paul, Ian and Jen. If you've got any ideas for topics, leave a comment below. Nice one. See you later.